Hey guys, welcome to The Daily Friend, brought to you by the Institute of Race Relations, supported of course by the Big Liberty Show. I'm joined by my trusty writers and analysts from The Daily Friend. Remember to see or visit the Daily Friend website at www.dailyfriend.co.za, where you'll find a lot of our writers and analysts on there, putting out pieces every day on the one hand, everyday issues, but also topical stuff that you need to be in the know about. Guys, I'm joined, of course, by Sarah Gon. Hello, Sarah. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you.
Nicholas, good morning. How are you doing?
How's it, Sisle?
And Morris, hello.
How's it?
Hey, guys. Interesting week we've had, but what are we chatting about today? Sarah, there's this weird angst that's happening amongst voters, particularly DA voters, who are looking to split their provincial and national vote. What's going on?
Okay. Look, I don't think it's going to have any great results in the count, but what's happening is a lot of traditional DA and their predecessors, the voters, are starting to say, well, we will vote provincially, either Gauteng or Western Cape, because the vote may really matter.
Yeah.
But nationally, we are very disappointed by the wishy-washy sort of ANC light principles that the DA has been espousing, and that I feel, and one can see where it's coming from, that it's a principled issue, it's a liberal issue, and it's not being met.
Yeah, and guys, the DA seems to be this weird denial of this. I mean, we've, I suppose, as the IR and them, had this debate publicly on the issue of principles. Nick, is the DA, and I'm asking you to forecast here without data to an extent, but just as an opinion, do you think the DA is going to see a substantive maybe shift in terms of people who split their votes in that regard eventually?
Traditionally, the DA has actually seen a difference in its provincial votes, because often what happens is sort of DA curious voters or voters who are not particularly happy with the National Party do still want to vote for it on provincial level, especially in Gauteng, because there's a chance that they could unseat the ANC. So there's almost certainly going to be, I think, a noticeable maybe 1 or 2% difference in those turnouts. Which will, in the case of Gauteng, probably actually have an effect, because it may be the difference between the DA, in a worst case scenario for the ANC, the DA overtaking the ANC actually will be on that basis.
Morris, a philosophical question, and maybe to bring it back to that debate we had with the DA to an extent. Is the DA straying away really from, or let me rephrase that question, are we seeing the DA tacitly accept the ANC's position on race being a precursor for advantage or disadvantage, etc., and obviously the issue then around BE and affirmative action?
I think it's pretty clear that the DA has taken up that. I mean, it's like our colleague Gareth van Onselen has said, nobody can conceive of anything outside the ANC universe. Yeah. And the ANC are pro race-based policy and race-based laws and what have you. So the DA is kind of, they're too scared or not principled enough to say, look, BE is not working. That's always what I say. If somebody had to say to Musi Maimane, why are you moving away from BE? You say, 40% of this country is unemployed. It's not working. We need to look for something else. But the DA won't do that. And they just, as you say, picking up the ANC policies.
I mean, it is a bit weird. Maybe as a final gasp on this. I mean, I saw a press release or media alert from the DA, I think over the weekend, that they're going to be at the birthplace of the ANC in the Free State, the Wesleyan Church there. And I remember thinking, why? Like, you should be forging your own identity, something which voters can stamp on and stand behind you on. But let's move on briskly, guys. We are also discussing a lot of just to stay on the elections, really. This has been a very brutal election period once again, and the race question has come out, or specifically the anti-white, in some cases, messaging has reared its head. Especially from the ANC. Sarah, what are we seeing?
What we're basically seeing is Ace Magashule and Jesse Duarte sort of being sent down to the Western Cape. They passed distinctly anti-white messages. I mean, very clearly, very nonchalantly. They don't worry at all that they being white is just a sort of scapegoat for everything else.
I mean, they've created this weird boogeyman of the evil white man coming to get you.
I
mean, it really is, to an extent. Nick, where is this coming from? Is this a strategy that will win the ANC, the Western Cape, for example? I mean, firstly, one could argue the blunder of sending Esma Khashule to the Western Cape, and then him essentially espousing this anti-white message, and really a racist message, period. Let's just put it that way.
I don't think that there's much real good discipline and coherence to the ANC strategy this election campaign. As Gareth van Onselen wrote, it's been probably their worst campaign without any contest. And this seems to be, if you look at the ANC's vote, more and more of it is coming from black supporters, and there's almost nothing now from minorities, which was not the case in previous years, where the ANC actually did draw a significant amount of its support, particularly in the Western Cape, from the coloured community, from the Indian community. It seems to have lost that almost entirely now. So they're kind of hunkering down around the base and just trying to see what they can get out of the people who already support them.
Yeah. Guys, as we maybe look to wrap up, there is this other issue that we are sort of tracking and we'll be writing on. Is SARS going after our crooks? Are they going to be the ones who bring down...
I think they might. It's the Al Capone strategy where you go after a crook for not reporting his taxes and misrepresentations, all of these things which can be criminal offences. And they've got people in their sites like Nomvula Mokonyane, Vincent Smith, Dudu Mayeni. And this is the way we... forget a whole range of criminal charges. Yeah. This is the way they might go down.
Marius, I have this mental image of Nomvula Mokonyane standing with a Tommy gun, saying, "Away with you, tax man!" See, is this something that she should be fearing?
I think so, and perhaps this does show that Cyril Ramaphosa is growing some backbone and is going for the real, bad apples in the ANC. So maybe, this is something where we do need to support the president, and maybe this is actually the new dawn's finally breaking. Yeah. I wouldn't hold my breath too much though.
Well, I'm going to take a wait and see approach. Guys, we are very, very, very appreciative of those of you who read our content every day. Again, as I said, we have quality writers and analysts who put up content for you guys every day on the Daily Friend website. And remember, you can support the Daily Friend and any of the other initiatives we have here at the Institute of Race Relations by simply SMSing your name to 32823. Terms and conditions do apply. An SMS will cost you R1. And you can pledge a bit of support every month. We average between 70 and 90 Rand per person per month. But it's that money that allows us to provide the good content, to get the show like the Big Liberty Show out and about, meeting people like you. Guys, remember, you can also like, share, and subscribe to the show on YouTube and any of our other social media. And keep watching as we will see you guys in the next episode.